President Rodrigo Duterte has
Vice President Leni Robredo said that
presidential fourth runner and former Senator Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr.
the Commission on Elections, or COMELEC,
Employment in the Philippines declined by 6.4%.
Early registration for academic year 2022-2023.
2 suspects identified as members of the Basag Salamin crime group were arrested.
The Commission on Elections, the COMELEC, is set to send vote counting machines.
Singer actor Ronnie Liang has achieved another milestone in his life.
Bringing you the top stories for tonight, I am Alvin Pelobello.
and I'm Trisha Gatitos. Welcome to Eurotv News Tonight. Your news, our business.
Good evening, bringing you the top stories for tonight. My name is Alvin Pelobello. Welcome to Eurotv News Tonight. Your news, our business. Going straight to the headlines, the Philippine National Police are in tight preparations ahead of President-elect Bongbong Marcos' inauguration. Supreme Court and Court of Appeals in Manila suspends work prior to PBBM inauguration. President Rodrigo Duterte witnesses his son's Baste's oath of taking. Fisher Fox says Marcos' administration should disregard oil and gas exploration talks with China. And National Capital Region's positivity rate increases to almost 6%. The Philippine National Police have already deployed a number of authorities ahead of June 30, the inauguration of President-elect Ferdinand Marcos Jr. PNP Director for Operations Major General Vareliano de Leon said more than 6,000 personnel are set to be deployed initially. De Leon added that there is a civil disturbance management that will be assigned in areas with militant groups, but the PNP won't allow rallies without permits. Earlier, the National Capital Region Police Office said they will assign over 15,000 personnel from the PNP, Armed Forces of the Philippines, Philippine Coast Guard, Bureau of Fire and Protection, Metropolitan Manila Development Authority, other military personnel, and force multipliers. Gun ban will be likewise implemented 3 days before the inauguration. In a related development, the Supreme Court and the Court of Appeals in Manila have issued work suspension on June 29 and 30 prior to the inauguration of incoming President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. In an advisory release by both departments, working schedules on the said dates will be suspended for 2 days due to the road closure and traffic rerouting schemes. The inauguration of Marcos is set on Thursday, June 30 at the National Museum. In other stories, President Rodrigo Duterte has attended the outtaking of his son, Davao City Mayor Sebastian Baste Duterte. Zay Soriano with the full details.
Mayor Sebastian Baste Duterte took his oath of office as the 19th city mayor of Davao at the Sangguniang Panlungsod. The incoming mayor, who is President Duterte's youngest son with former wife Elizabeth Zimmerman, took his oath before Judge Lloyd Daposado's kahulugan of the Court of Appeal during the SP session. Mayor Duterte said that with his first term in office, he will focus on the city's food security and deliver the basic needs of the people of Davao, considering the rising of commodity prices on a global scale. He also added that his administration would carry on the initiatives and governing style of his sister, Vice President-elect Sara Duterte, while aiming to surpass the latter's achievement. Mayor Duterte said that the former mayor's 10-point priority agenda has been proven effective in structuralizing the city's most urgent areas of concern and therefore merits continuity. He also thanked President Duterte, First Congressional District Representative Paulo Duterte, and Vice President Sara as his inspiration in running a government office. The oath-taking and inauguration ceremony, which was graced by Vice President Sara Duterte and Elizabeth Zimmerman and other local government officials, started with the University of Mindanao Choral singing the Philippine National Anthem and Tayo'y Dabawenyo, which was composed by Pedro San Vicente and with musical arrangement by Guillermo Anahao. This has been Zay Soriano for Eurotv News.
In another development, the Philippines should completely disregard the joint exploration deals with China under the administration of President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. This is according to the Fisher Folk Group, Pamalakaya, asserting that the Philippines' sovereignty in the West Philippine Sea Earlier, Pamalakayan National Chairperson Fernando Hicap has welcomed the pronouncement of the Department of Foreign Affairs upon the directive of President Rodrigo Duterte. They have initiated the termination of the 3-year-old oil and gas exploration and exploitation joint talks in the waters of the Philippines. On the other hand, China has already expressed that they are ready to continue the negotiations under Marcos's administration. Prices of petroleum products will again increase this week, according to the industry players, marking its 4th straight week. In a separate advisory, the said hike will add 50 cents per liter of gasoline, diesel by 1 peso and 1 peso and 65 centavos per liter, and kerosene by 10 cents per liter. The price adjustment will take effect tomorrow, 6 in the morning, Tuesday, for oil companies except Clean Fuel to implement the said adjustment by 8:01 in the morning and Caltex at 12:01 in the morning. Last week, the Department of Energy said the pump prices could hit 100 pesos per liter due to different factors. Stay tuned for more stories as Eurotv News Tonight returns.
Magsama-sama, magpapakuna, magsayawan, mag-fully vax na. Tayo'y magpapakuna. Let's spread the good vibes sa bayan. Tayo'y magsama-sama. Let's get back for good vibes, kababayan.
Let's bakuna na para sa pamilya at komunidad. Magpa-booster para sa todong proteksyon.
The Philippines has logged a total of 4,634 new COVID-19 cases from June 20 to June 26, 2022, a 53% higher tally than the cases reported the previous week, says the Department of Health. According to DOH Weekly Bulletin, the daily cases average for the week was 662. This was an increase from the 436 recorded from June 13 to June 19, with 3,051 new COVID-19 infections. Data also showed that 591 severe and critical cases are currently admitted to the hospital due to COVID-19 as of June 26. In a related development, the National Capital Region positivity rate has increased to almost 6% according to the independent monitoring group Octa Research. Octa fellow Dr. Guido David said that the positivity rate in the region has increased to 50% data as of June 25. This came from the 3.9% positivity rate listed on June 18. Aside from Metro Manila, 11 other regions have also increased in positivity rate, namely Batangas, Benguet, Bulacan, Cagayan, Cavite, Cebu, Iloilo, Laguna, Pampanga, Rizal, and South Cotabato. The Philippine Coast Guard, or PCG, said that the remaining missing person in the recent fast craft vessel fire in Bohol has been found. The passenger, identified as Andy Tonyakaw, was part of the survivors earlier rescued and brought to the port of Hilongos, but he immediately left. He was included in the passengers rescued and transported to the port of Hilongos, but he immediately left the area because of trauma. That is why he was listed as missing. On weather updates, a low-pressure area is expected to bring cloudy skies with scattered rain showers and thunderstorms, according to the country's Weather Bureau Pag-asa. Pag-asa said as of 3 p.m., the LPA was located at 201 kilometers west of Ambulong City. The weather disturbance is not likely expected to develop into tropical depression, but will affect weather conditions in Metro Manila, Central Luzon, Isabela, Calabarzon, and most part of Visayas. Meanwhile, the rest of the country is expected to experience rain or fair weather with chances of rain due to the localized thunderstorms. For stories around the globe, the group of 7 allies plans to hike sanctions to Russia after invading Ukraine, according to United States senior official. The announcement came after news that Russia looked set to plunge into first sovereign defaults for decades. Also after Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky have spoken to G7 leaders. The said hike in sanctions includes setting up a higher oil price cap deal. In our sports news, 8 medals, including 2 gold, have been bagged home by the Philippines' top shooters in 2022 Extreme Euro Open. The Philippine delegates Khalil Adrian Viray and Alfredo Catalan Jr. have both nailed the gold in a separate division. 1,032 participants from 52 countries have joined the said competition. For entertainment update, Thai entertainment group GMM TV announced today that Thai actor Win Metawin has tested positive for COVID-19. In an announcement, GMM TV said Metawin is classified as a green level patient and will only undergo home isolation. The doctor required him for isolation, treatment, and symptom observation under the COVID-19 treatment guidelines. It added that the Thai actor's activity are postponed until he is fully recovered. And those were the top stories for tonight. You can visit our social media account, facebook.com/official Eurotv News for the latest and hottest update. Once again, my name is Alvin Pelobello and you're still watching Eurotv News Tonight. Your news, our business.